everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am Leticia and we're going to do something different today. I have always wanted to make a mukbang video, but I never got around to it, and I've always wanted to do it with my sister-in-law or my future sister-in-law, but with the new job that I have, it's just going to be really hard to actually have a day where we can actually do that. So, and I had just a tremendous day yesterday that I decided I'm just gonna do a mukbang video right here, right now, the next day at 7:42 a.m. So here we go. I kind of made these pre-made, well, not pre-made, I made breakfast burritos, and it has potatoes, eggs, and cheese in it. So, and of course, gotta have my coffee. So I have like my 22-ounce coffee, cause I need energy. Oh my goodness. Yesterday, oh my gosh, yesterday was possibly the worst day I've ever had since I had discovered about my sister's death. Like, it was so insane. So I was here at work yesterday, and we were talking about how it's going to be like a really busy day. We had a basketball team coming in, and we had like 66 checkouts, and how all the rooms are doubled, meaning like there's 2 beds, and they have all been used. So we had to strip all the beds, you take all the towels, and just really like pick up the pace and just clean all the rooms and make all the beds, which is a lot of work. I mean, like, one bed is quite enough, but yesterday was just really bad. So they decided that I was going to be put on house person, meaning I go to all the rooms that has been checked out and just strip all the bed, like all the sheets, take all the towels, the shower linens, everything, and just basically, sorry, and just basically have it all cleaned up. So that is like one less thing that the housekeeper has to do. Like, all they have to do is go in and make the beds, put in the shower, the towels, put up a new shower linen, and just basically clean, vacuum, and exit out, get out of there as quick as possible. So it was really rough. Like, I'm not gonna lie, the first hour was really rough because there were barely any people checking out. Like, almost nobody was checking out. I think we had like at the most 10 rooms that had been checked out already, and everybody else was still in the rooms. So like, the housekeepers were able to get in, they kept knocking, and they were still in there, and by the time they were able to get into the rooms to start cleaning, they were, I think we were like 30 or 40 minutes into like our shift, so they were like really behind. So they weren't able to do what they needed to do, and that just pushed all the housekeepers behind because they couldn't get into the rooms. And so I'm stripping, I'm going to room to room, I'm, you know, doing what I'm supposed to do. I'm done with my list. I go to the front desk, ask for a new list, hoping that there would be more rooms that has been checked out so we can just like keep the pace going. And mostly because I had an event to go to last night. I was invited by Alamo Draft House to go to a Oscar viewing party. If you have seen the video last year, or if you have subscribed before, it was a video that where Stu and I went last year. I'll link it down below or up here somewhere once I start figuring out how that works. But yeah, I will link it in the description below of the video where we went to the Oscar viewing party at Alamo Draft House. We were able to wear it was a black tie event, quote unquote, but really it was just like a dress fancy to whatever that means to you. So I had an idea of what I was going to wear. I had an idea of how I was going to do my makeup, do my hair, and like that was my goal. I had a mission to get done by 3:30, so that way I can just go home and have like at least 2 hours to get ready. That was what I was honestly hoping for. And so I was like really hoping that everybody would be checked out and gone. But every time I asked for a new list, people were like slowly checking out. Which is kind of a hassle, really. So I'm stripping. We're making sure that, you know, everybody, like all the housekeepers are okay. That I'm just really making sure that everything's alright. Sorry, there's like a lady right there. And I kind of feel awkward, but I'm sorry, I'm just really uncomfortable. But anyway, so they oh my goodness, where was I? Okay, so we're checking, I'm stripping, their housekeepers are cleaning, we're just like trying to bust a move. And then like around 10 in the morning, like 10 a.m, I got up on the 4th floor and I started smelling something. And I was like, I feel like I had gone through this before, like the day after Valentine's Day. But I don't know if that is actually it, or if it's just my imagination. And I saw my boss, and I said, hey, is it just me, or does it smell like pot up here? She looks at me and she goes, yep, that is pot, all right. You are, like, you're correct. There are smoking up in here. I'm like, what is up with everybody wanting to smoke pot or weed or marijuana up at the Marriott? I have no idea why, but people tend to do that, and it's so incredibly annoying. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. And so the whole entire floor, almost the whole entire floor, from his room all the way up until the elevators, and there were like at least 4 or 5 rooms in between that had to smell pot because of them. And we were like, we can't do anything about it just yet because they were still in there. And apparently they tried to like have like some wet towels. They try to like stuff the room, like the door, so it wouldn't get out. But obviously it did. And it was just so annoying. We were all very much annoyed. Not to mention the fact that the team that was there are filled with kids. They were at least, I would say maybe 30 kids minimum. 40 kids or 30 kids at the hotel, and at least 10 of them were staying up at the 10th or the 4th floor and they're all running back and forth. So I'm sure they had smelled something. Like, they all had contact at least. So I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. I was pissed. I was so pissed, but I was like, you know what? I don't have time to get pissed. I had to go strip the rooms. So, doing my thing. And as I'm getting done through my list, I keep asking for a new vacant list. And I see that every time I ask for a new list, there's like 10 more rooms that has been, like 10 or 15 rooms that has been checked out. So I'm like really excited about that. And then I realized that there were still people hanging out in the kitchen dining area. So no one has been able to check out, or they weren't willing to check out, which that's kind of stupid. Well, not stupid, it's just that it's kind of annoying when people don't check out when we have so many rooms to clean and that we had to keep on track, and no one is just not willing to check out, because the latest time that you can check out is 12 o'clock. Since 12 o'clock is the latest time that anyone can check out, they are, like, the guests are not really thinking about the consequences that the housekeepers and all the other employees, like housekeepers, laundry, house person, everybody has to go through to make sure that all these rooms are cleaned and ready to go for that room to be checked out. So I'm in one of the rooms getting ready to strip, and then my boss asked me, she paged me to one of the rooms on the 4th floor. Whoa. So I'm sitting there, I'm like, okay, alright, I know what this room is all about. I know what I'm gonna do, and I'm ready for some juicy gossip. So I go up there, and I hear that she had also paged engineering and to bring his phone to take photos. And I'm like, oh crap. Whoever was in there did something stupid, and they're gonna get charged because of how stupid they are. Other than the fact that they were smoking in the room, which is a non-smoking environment, by the way. And so we go up to the 4th floor, we go to the room, we go in, and we were hit. I mean, like, really hit. If we were to stay in there for longer than 20 minutes, we would have been high. Like, it was a really, really strong smell. Like, holy cow. And so we go in there, and my boss goes, hey, I don't know his name, so let's just call him Aaron. I don't know if Aaron's his name or not, but yeah. So she goes, hey Aaron, can you take a photo of what's in the sink? And he goes into the sink, or at the sink in the bathroom, and he's like, oh my gosh, are you kidding me? Hell yes, we're gonna charge them for this. He pulls out his phone. Turns out, like, I didn't get to see it because after she had asked him to take a photo, she asked me to strip everything, to take all the sheets and the comforters and to just take them into my little basket. So I didn't get the chance to see, but apparently they left a blunt in the sink. How stupid can you be to leave a blunt in the sink if you're trying to expose the evidence? That is just like the dumbest thing that anyone can ever do. Like, even for me, like, even I think that's the dumbest thing you can ever do. And I don't even smoke weed, so come on. So He's taking photos. I'm stripping the beds. And then I go into the bathroom and I found a little tobacco package that has been opened up. The ashes are in the trash can. And I had to like strip everything. Like I had to, all the towels that they hadn't used, I had to take those with us. And I took a picture of it. I'm gonna put it right here. And all I kept thinking was, how stupid can you be to just leave all the evidence there? Like if you're trying to get away with it, try to like hide, like dispose the evidence. Like smelling it is one thing, like having that smell, obviously it's there, but if you don't want to get charged, hide it. Come on, like be better. So they got charged. I believe they got charged like $250. So they got charged $250, and they were still sitting in the lobby area when they were checking out. So they had to go downstairs and be like, hey, we found this in your room that you had stayed in, and we're charging you extra for smoking when you're not supposed to. Like all of us, like pretty much almost everybody was in there. We had like at least one of everything in there. We had the house person, who's technically part of laundry, which is me. We had engineering. We had head of, hey Uncle Brian. Oh great, he's gonna talk to me. Oh shoot. Hold on. Okay, hey, I'm back. That is so funny. My fiance's uncle works at the Doubletree Hilton, which is like literally right next door, right next to the Marriott. So he saw me. That is so funny. He's probably wondering why on earth am I sitting in my car talking and eating. What? I'm pretty sure he's gonna anyway. So yeah, they got charged. So we'll go on with our day. I'm trying to like speed up the process. It wasn't until after lunch that, well, until after 12 when I realized, and everybody had realized, that everybody has checked out. So I'm like, really? So I had to strip like maybe 40 rooms after my lunch break. Like we were lucky to have our lunch breaks because that's how busy we were and how everyone had decided to check out at the very last possible minutes. So we checked out, they all checked out, I stripped, and it was just, oh my gosh, it was just so insane. And finally I got done. I think like around almost 4 o'clock I was done, like completely done stripping, and I was so happy about that. And I was so happy that we were done stripping, and I was hoping that I was able to go home so I can get ready. And then they decide, or asked me if I can go make beds for everybody. I'm like, oh my gosh. I can't say no, because we had this talk earlier that day that, you know, we're a team, that if someone, like if they ask us to go make beds and we had to go make beds, you know, help each other, and like not to be angry if we're not, like if we're the housekeeper who's getting the help, don't get angry with them, like just accept the extra help that we're receiving. and to be more than happy to extend that help, because they would have done the same thing for us if we were in that, if the rules were switched. So I was like, okay then. And we get there, like, I go up to one of the rooms, and I had to make one, well, I go to one housekeeper, and I made 4 beds for her. I'll go up to another housekeeper, and I had to make 4 more rooms for her, or 4 more beds for her. And as I'm looking at the time, it's like I'm getting closer and closer to 5 o'clock, and I'm like, I'm not gonna get ready. I'm not gonna be able to get ready, do what I want to do, and you know, be able to leave on time. Like, I'm going to be struggling a lot. And so we leave. I'm doing all the beds, some people's beds, and I'm not gonna lie, and in some ways I kind of feel bad, but I didn't help all the girls. I just helped like 3 people, and that's it. One of them only had 1 room left, so I just went over to her room, did her bed, and the other 4 beds. I think I made 9 beds total in an hour, which is quite a lot. And I was like honestly hoping that everybody was done. I totally forgot about one person who was on the 4th floor, and I'm like, okay, like I go downstairs, I'm like, hey, like I'm pretty sure that I'm done with everybody. Like, I did this person, I've done that person, this person just finished. I don't know about these 2 people. And they're like, oh, well, person A just finished, and this other person is literally on her last room. Like, she says she's almost done, so yeah, you're good to go. And I'm like, okay, great, awesome, peace out, have fun, and I'll see you tomorrow, I guess. And I booked it, grabbed my stuff out of my locker, and I just left. I get home, I'm rushing everything. I had, through Snapchat, I had been asking my fiance if he can like get my stuff ready, so that way I can just go home, get dressed, grab and go, just bam, bam, bam. And I realized that I needed my clutch, only that my stupid butt forgot where I put my clutch. I'm looking everywhere, I can't find it, so I'm like, okay, whatever, I'll just go with my wallet. I'm looking around and I can't find my wallet. I'm looking in a bag that I thought it might be, it's not in there. I looked in the bag where I was like, where that I had used yesterday, it wasn't in there. I checked everywhere and it wasn't in there. And I was so frustrated because no matter where I was going or where I was looking, it just wasn't in there. And it made me so upset and angry. And my fiance was waiting on me also. He was waiting on me because it was almost time to go. But he wasn't like rushing me or anything. It's just that me personally, because that's how I interpret it, I felt like he was waiting on me and that he was getting impatient and that it was time to go. That was my fault. And so I'm like, okay, you know what? Forget it. I'll just leave without my wallet. I don't care. Let's just go. And so he decided that we're just gonna look at my car just to see if it's there. It's not. I'm like really upset and angry. And I go home, or we get him into his car. I'm doing my makeup really badly because I completely forgot to tell him that I have my brushes in a different area, and of course I didn't have like any like makeup brushes to do my makeup with. So I had to improvise. And I get there, or we get to the Alamo Draft House, and I'm like, I'm so done. I'm just happy to be there, just to take my mind off of the horrible day that I have been having. And I'm like, we're standing in line, and I go, oh my gosh, I just cannot wait to get a drink. I hope you're okay with this, but I want a drink tonight. And he goes, okay, that's fine. And then like I looked down, I'm like, oh crap, I can't have a drink because I don't have my ID with me to prove that I am over 21, which kind of sucks. And so we go on, we got inside, we were having such a blast. I'm having fun, he's having fun. We met up with his sister and brother-in-law and our nephew, and we're just having a great time. We're having so much fun. And then the bill comes, and he goes, okay, well, that was kind of like a expensive meal, but thank God that our our rent is paid. And I'm like, yeah, definitely. And he goes, yeah, did you send that in? I'm like, no, I was actually going to wait till. And then I remembered right then and there that I had left the money order for our rent in my wallet, which I had misplaced. And I was so upset. Like, I started to have an anxiety attack. I broke down, I cried, and Stu realized that he wasn't going to stay at peace. So he just decided that we were going to leave early, and that we were just gonna go watch, or go back to the Marriott, see if I left it in there. It wasn't in there, by the way. We go back to our place and we look to see if it's in my car. It's not in there. And I'm like freaking out because I had already locked. I mean, the good thing is that I had locked my cards. I locked my debit card, my savings account. I just got a new replacement for my credit card. But the thing is that inside my wallet I had my social security number card, which I shouldn't have put it in there, but I did. I have my ID. I have all the tips that I have been earning from housekeeping. It's not a lot, but still they're my tips. And basically just like almost my entire life is in that wallet. And I'm like getting really frustrated. Go home, and we're like almost destroying our apartment. We're looking everywhere. We're looking in places where we think it might be. We're looking in places where it may not be, or didn't even think about. And so I go into like the purse that I was using yesterday, and I checked in all the bags, and then I started crying because I couldn't stop but to think of how stupid I was that I didn't double check where it was at. And it turned out to be in the bag that I was using yesterday. It was like really hidden. It was in like one of the pockets that I usually never use, but for whatever reason it was in there. And that really pissed me off. Like really pissed me off, because of me, I had to go. We had to leave early. We had to leave the event early when I didn't want to leave anyway, because I wanted to see Rami win his Oscar, and I wanted to see who won Best Picture. But I was just so upset. I was so upset that happened to me, but at the same time I was so relieved that it was at my apartment and not stolen. It's not in somebody's hands but my own. So that was the day that I had yesterday. It was so unexpected and something that I never thought would happen. Honestly, this is like the kind of things that would happen in a movie. And would never in a million years happen to an actual person. I honestly didn't think that would happen, but it did. And it happened to me, of all people. Well, that kind of sounds a little bit selfish, but I mean, you catch my drift. It just happened to me. So let me be the first. If no one has told you that it happens, it happens. When you have one bad thing after another, after another, after another, it can happen. I'm not gonna lie, it can actually happen to you. So yeah, that was my day yesterday. So I'm done with my breakfast. It's almost time for me to head back into my place. I forgot to say this earlier, it is freezing outside. It's last time I checked, it was like in its low 20s. I think it's 22 or 23 right now degrees. So I have my heater on. So if you hear something rattling, it's because it's my heater. I have a really old car, by the way. So yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. If you made it this far, if you'd like me to do some more mukbang videos, please hit the like button and comment down below what kind of subjects you would like me to talk about when I'm making a mukbang. I would honestly like to make some more mukbang videos. I like to watch them. I've always wanted to do one. I'm happy that I finally got the chance to do it. So I'm really happy that I had whatever happened yesterday happened. So I can sit down here in my car at the parking garage at Marriott and have a story time with you all. So I really hope you guys have a great day today. I hope that you guys don't have to go through what I had gone through today, or not today, yesterday. And just, I really hope that you guys are doing well. Honestly, truly, I hope you guys are doing okay. And if you're having a really bad day or an off day, please remember that it will get better. It's not as bad as you think it is. Take it from someone who has been there, done that pretty much all day yesterday. It will be okay. And try not to overthink it. Don't learn from my mistakes. Don't overthink it. Don't over anything. Pretty much. So, alright, I gotta get to work. Alright. Bye, guys.